Oh boy. Hey guys, this is RBR short from 13, aka Ryan, and I'm doing a live stream for my 29th birthday. Um, so here I'm going to be live streaming from like 9:30 to 11 something. Probably do an hour and a half live stream. I originally was starting at 8:30 the live stream, but I had technical difficulties basically. I'm still learning uh, this whole live stream, YouTube live stream uh, whole thing because I don't know. I'm a millennial and I remember the internet before uh, TikTok and all this stuff. Um, so I come a little bit from a time where live video streaming was like all these other different websites that you would do that. It was never YouTube. It would always be outside YouTube. I'm not used to it being you can live stream on YouTube and do so much, and so I'm learning that. I'm learning, how do I share my screen? How can I play videos, and live streams and all that cool stuff? Because I want to know how to do all that. So I'm gonna need someone to teach me. I was trying to figure out myself. It's really hard. Um, for me, it's really hard. So I was trying as best as I could and didn't succeed. It was just a lot of reading, like how do I, you know, there's instructions and things of like how you can, but I'm just like not tonight. I'm like not tonight. It's my birthday. I just don't have the time for it. I just started getting into TikTok and Twitch. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I miss Vine. Huh? Yeah, hey Zach. Hey Zach. One of my favorites subscribers. Thank you for joining. Zach, you're awesome. You've been an amazing subscriber since the beginning of time of my channel. Uh and thank you. I'll send you some heart. I'll send you a heart. Why not? And yeah, TikTok. I've started using it not last year. I started using it in about 2021, around there. It wasn't until 2022 where I really got on there more, and I don't use TikTok to watch stuff a lot. Very little do I do. I use TikTok to promote my YouTube channel, and post some vids on there, you know, um, but nothing to where it's like, oh, it's comedic or educational. It's just me promoting my platform, and getting my name out there more. So that's what TikTok is mainly for me. I'm not a really big fan of it. Uh, it's not like TikTok lets you upload an hour, video, and gives you the options like that YouTube does, for videos. So that's something I don't really quite care for about TikTok. It's like 3 minute video thing or less, and I don't know. I just can't get into it. Uh, uh, yeah, Vine. Wow. Yeah, that takes me back. Twitch. I don't use Twitch. I don't think I've ever used Twitch. Um, I've used a lot of uh, social media, but never used Twitch. Yeah, there used to be a place called Live Video, livevideo.com. The world is watching, and that was my introduction to social media. That was back in 2008, the end of 2007, the beginning of 2008. That was my introduction to uh, all this stuff. Live video was basically YouTube and MySpace put together, and that was at a time where there was only YouTube, there was only MySpace. Facebook wasn't really a thing until 2010. That's when it really started to kick off. But live video was around, it came out in 2006, and I didn't join it till the beginning of 2008. But that was my introduction to live streaming, talking to people live, and like there was a thing where it was like where you could talk to different people at the same time. You could see their video, their screen, and you could talk to them. It was really cool. It wasn't like it was done very professionally. You could even like switch your webcam to someone else in your live stream. I mean, it was really cool. The options that they gave you, it was pretty amazing stuff. And then my channel on there on live video, it was like YouTube. It was YouTube and MySpace mixed, where but it was that was cool though, because it was beyond MySpace. It was beyond YouTube. It was something different where I was able to play my own like playlist on my live video channel. Like any songs that I love, my favorite songs, it would play when someone would go to my channel, and people already would know like the energy of the you could set the tone of your platform that way. Um, and you would go people would scroll down, they see your videos, they see the recent video. I remember all of it. It was awesome, and had just the right people would have taken over live video, it'd be a beautiful website now. It really would be. But it went downhill. Admins weren't the best on there, and one day, before you know it, it was gone. So when you see on my YouTube channel, like live video videos, my playlist, those are videos that I posted on live video back in 2008. And thankfully, I was able to get those because live video removed my YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, my live video channel back then in 2008 because I wasn't 13 yet, and you had to be 13 to be on there. So, and yet it was crazy because I was just a month before I was turning 13 too when they removed my channel. That was crazy. Um, but I was able to talk to an admin years later and get my channel restored, and I was able to download all my videos that I made back in the day, 2008, and I was able to save all of them. And then I was like, yeah, I'm putting these all on YouTube, because it's a big part of my life. So yeah, I do miss the old social media days. It was less toxic. Twitter was cooler. Twitter was more fun. I hate using that word toxic, but like that's literally Twitter. I mean, when I first joined Twitter, 2009, 2010, it was a different world. Twitter was a different world, completely different world. I mean, that was a place that you would just meet new people, and have agreed disagreements with people. You would post, like how your day was or what was going on. It was kind of like a live journal, you know. Twitter 2009 was where it was at. Yes. Yeah, it was. Twitter was amazing then 15 years ago. 15 years ago. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, it was a really great social media app. Um Even though they weren't called really apps really back then. I mean, I don't want to say that it was that long ago. But here, the good news, we're still here, we're still alive, we're still talking, still subscribed to my channel and watching my films. Got fan films coming out, so it's like, you know, it's not 30 years ago, right? 40 years ago, it's still under 20 years. So that's good. But yeah, it went by very quickly. And life is short, it's fragile. Steve Jobs, I remember that was like one of the last things he said before he died. Was life is fragile, life is short, and to really appreciate it. I remember watching that in 2011, and I already kind of knew that already before, he said that, but that was such a powerful moment, and so I definitely uh, could have appreciated more moments in my life in the past. But uh, I don't know the way that I've lived my life. Despite anxiety, depression, my PTSD, all of it. Um, uh, I try to appreciate the the good moments of life as best as I can, and to try to look at the best things in life and to enjoy the things that are great about life. The things that are great about this generation, the time I'm living in right now. I can't go back in time and I can't go into the future. I can only live in the present. So I have to appreciate the present and what can I appreciate in the present, And it's human to not appreciate every single moment of life. We have life is dark, it's brutal, it's rough. But there's some great things that come out of life. There are some wonderful things about life. A lot of great things about life. Um, you just have to find your own happiness. You can't rely on anyone, to give you that happiness. You have to find that happiness yourself, and it's not easy. Easier said than done. Um, that's why I think we need more movies. Today. That go into all that stuff. And as a filmmaker, I do want to make really, educational movies. We live in a different generation now, and there's a lot of things that haven't been talked about and things that do need to be talked about in the correct way. Like Hollywood kind of misses a lot when it comes to certain statements, powerful messages. They don't quite use them in the ways that they should all the time. So they need to get better filmmakers. They need to get new young filmmakers in there that can tell stories that are original, fresh, uh, things that have, of course, not never been done before, but have never been done before. If that makes sense. Um, oh, hey, Wolf Gamer Productions. Hey, all right. So we got Zach Bartron. Sorry, Zach Bartron in the house, and we got Wolf Gamer Productions. Hey guys, welcome to my 29th birthday live stream, my final year of my 20s. Can you read my community post for a new beginning Lego of the Walking Dead? Yes, I can. Can you send me a link in the live chat? I allow links. You guys can. I'm not one of those live streamers. It's like you can't do this in the chat. Unless you're, you know, talking mean, and attacking people. That's where there's a problem. But um, yeah, you can like send me a link to your channel, and I'll click on that, and that's fine. I don't. I'm not that strict. So, did I fix the emoji thingy? What emoji? I've only got 6 more months of my 20s left. Oh, well, appreciate it, Zach. And enjoy it. I mean, when I was before I turned 29, as I was still 28, I was just enjoying every single moment as I could, being 28, just taking it in all every single day, waking up. Okay, I'm 28. I'm 28. I'm not 29 yet. um, that's really the best advice I can give is just do whatever you can in your 20s that you haven't done yet or whatever. Just do it because you'll look back at it and you'll be glad you did. You'll really be glad you did. And of course, if you have the money and everything, and not everything exciting to do in your 20s requires money. I mean, majority of things in life seem like everything requires money, sadly. But yeah, just find things to enjoy that you can say I did that at 29 and did this before I was 30. But you know, I hope that you've had a great 20s and that it went well for you, and I hope that life has treated you well in your 20s. Wolf Gamer Productions said the emoji thing that was blocking your vision to see the chat. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I'm I kind of have mixed feelings about YouTube live streaming. I like it and I don't like it. It's complicating and it's not complicating. I've live streamed on other websites before my whole life. I mean other I mean other, yeah, apps, and I've never haven't had a moment where I'm like, what am I doing? What do I do here? Like, live streaming shouldn't be complicating or confusing. So, what I need to do is do more research on live streaming and how to do everything correctly. Sharing screen, doing all that. I was trying to figure it out earlier, and that's what slowed down my stream. Was I was gonna live stream a little bit earlier, but I was trying to do everything I could to make um, everything worked where I could show you guys, like images of Rise of Elm Street or new Ghostface, maybe, new, some clips, sneak peek stuff. I wanted to, you know, do that with you guys. And YouTube's been making that a little difficult for me. So I have to look into all of this so much more. And then once I get the hang of it, then I'll get the hang of it. Uh, I did start a podcast with friends in 2016 when I was 21, and we're still going. That's awesome. Can you, Zach? Can you send me um, a link to your uh, podcast? I mean, Are you on app? Are you on iTunes or? I know all of it's not called iTunes anymore, but are you on iTunes or are you on Spotify, or is it SoundCloud or Amazon? Oh, you can't send the link? Okay. Yeah, I can look for it. Of course. Oh, you want me to look at the Scream one? The one that I'm looking at right now? The ghost face? Okay. Quick question. How old are you, Wolf Gamer? Okay. Well, are you an adult? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you posted 22 hours ago. Hey guys, I'm back. I've made some changes, such as the poster for the movie down below and the release date of Scream 3, Stanford's Revenge. Ooh, what a title! What a title! That's an intriguing title. Um, will be released this month after season 5, episode 13. Wow. Of Lego of The Walking Dead: A New Beginning finishes. I hope you enjoy it. Warning: it's going to be more scarier and brutal than Scream 2 and 1, so be prepared. Uh, Check means alive. Skullface means dead. Story. Um, it's a new year. I'll do my narration voice. It's a new year from the last Ghostface killings from Danford's kids, George and Bea. And now it's brand new year. But unfortunately, since Danielle has gone to Georgia, Chris McGann, Aaron Stephen, Joel Richard, and Sheriff Tricia Thompson must now try to survive and track down Samuel Stanford before he kills everyone But the scary news is Stanford is more powerful and dangerous, that the group might not be able to survive, and Danielle might be either the last one to be alive or be the group's last hope by saving them and stopping Stanford. Cast is Samuel Stanford, father of George and Bea, and the lead Ghostface. Danielle is Woodsboro survivor. Chris is police detective and Woodsboro survivor. Megan, best friend of Aaron and Woodsboro survivor. Aaron is best friend of Megan and Woodsboro survivor. Sky, best friend of Aaron. Stephen, Woodsboro survivor. Joel, Woodsboro survivor. Hey, Joel! Joel from Scream 2. Richard, husband of Kathy, father of Benny and Woodsboro survivor. Kathy, wife of Richard and the mother of Benny. Benny, son of Richard and Kathy. Sheriff Trisha Thompson, new sheriff for Woodsboro, Woodsboro survivor. Kieran Thompson, son of Trisha. Jay, school student and Woodsboro resident. Lizzie, school student and Woodsboro resident. Ricky, this is a big cast. School student and Woodsboro resident. This is a way bigger cast than any of my recent movies. Bella, best friends with Chloe, school student and Woodsboro resident. Chloe, best friends with Bella, school student and Woodsboro resident. Sammy, boyfriend of Danny, school student and Woodsboro resident. Danny, girlfriend of Sammy, school student, Woodsboro resident. Clayton, boyfriend of Samantha, school student, Woodsboro resident. Samantha, girlfriend of Clayton, school student and Woodsboro resident. Vincent, boyfriend to Vicky, school student and Woodsboro resident. Vicky, girlfriend of Vincent, school student and Woodsboro resident. Denise, a Woodsboro resident. Earl, adoptive father to Benjamin and Woodsboro resident. Benjamin, adoptive son to Earl and Woodsboro resident. Clinton, Woodsboro lawyer to Mrs. Joy and resident. Mrs. Joy, Woodsboro teacher and resident. Oh, well, don't spoil who lives or dies. The movie contains strong violence, strong language, strong gore, threats, drugs. Oh, well, usual in a horror movie. I'll click like on that. That's cool. That's autographed? The autograph by who? Who signed that? That's really cool. Zach said, "We're on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere else. It's called Tortellini at Noon." Okay. Um, Zach, uh, would you be able to send me an email of your, or else, you're friends with me on Facebook, right? Can you just send me a message of all your information of the podcast? My podcast has like four consistent listeners. It's just an outlet for me and my friends to be able to get together every week to watch and discuss movies. Well, you got a fifth listener now. You got a fifth listener. Wolf Gamer said, "You just keep reading and reading." All right. Little Sailors said, "Hi, happy birthday, A, little sailors. How you doing? This is my 29th birthday live stream. So we have Wolf Gamer Productions, we got Zach Bertrand, and Little Sailors here all in the group chat. Um, would you want the Spotify link or Apple link? I'll take both. I'll take both links. If you could send me a PM of both links, and if there's any big major difference between the two, let me know in that PM. Um, I think it might have been a bit of a big cast. Whoops. No, that's nothing wrong with a big cast in a Scream movie. It's always good to have a big cast in a Scream film. That's what you want in in your Scream film is a big cast. Now with new Ghostface, what I did the less is more. I used a certain amount of actors and characters for the movie, um, but I didn't want to use over excessive amount of actors because I've learned using a lot of actors for a movie is really, really, really tough, and it takes a lot longer for a movie to get done and for it to be even possible to become what you want it to become with a gigantic cast. It's just for me, that's my experience. It's different for all filmmakers, but my experience, it's really, really hard. So I try to do less is more. The more movies I make, um, and I'm really enjoying that. I mean, you want the strangers, two characters, that whole movie. You know, I'm talking about the original. Um, there. I mean, there's so many movies that did less is more. And those are some of the greatest films today. Um, you were so shocked to see a big cast. LOL. Yeah, I mean, it was a big cast. Who do you think will survive the movie, and do you think Stanford will get stopped? Um, who I think who will survive is all the people you checked. The green. Um, Stanford. Anything's possible. Some villains get away with it. Some don't. We'll see. Zach just said, I just sent the link to our website. Everything you need is on there. Thank you, Zach. Thank you so much. Wolf Gamer Productions said, yeah, I might cut down on the cast on my Scream movies and other movies. Well, that's up to you, Wolf Gamer. It's just new Ghostface I was able to get done realistically from the script to everything completed filming. Not the editing process, but from the writing to the directing, I mean, the casting and directing the film and everything, getting that all done. That took me from that took me May, June, July, August, September, October. So it took me about 6 months total of that, the writing and filming process for New Ghostface. And that cast was if I count the actors in that movie, that's about, including me, and I play myself in the movie too. But yeah, about total eight actors I used for New Ghostface. 8 or 9, 8 or 9, and that was my limit. And the filming experience went beyond what I could have asked for. It was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I had to learn the hard way when I was making the earlier Scream fan films: Haunting of a Ghostface, Revenge of a Ghostface, Destiny of a Ghostface Part One, Part Two. Uh, Even with Ghostface versus Jason, The Miner versus Jason, A Ghostface Story, all of those, I was always trying to go big, with the cast. Um, and I learned that it's harder to get what you want as a filmmaker when you're at least, but it's through my experience. Like I can't say that it's this is going to be the same for you. Um, but it's tough. It's tough, and so I try to create a script with not as many characters and try to create something magical out of that. Zach said the name Tortellini at noon is an inside joke between my friends based on a very ridiculous short film idea. Don, who is a co-host. Ah, okay, cool. All right, Wolf Gamer Productions. I'll go back to your channel. And what was it you wanted me to read now again? on your channel, on your posts. Okay, Lego New Beginning cast. Does it matter which version? Is it a version? Like, there's 4 versions I see. Is it one of these versions that I click on? Okay. So I'm helping you promote your channel. Alright. Hey, no, it's all good, it's all good, all good. Not all YouTubers do this stuff. And then I watch those YouTubers on a live stream, and I'm like, "Aren't they cooler to their fans?" Okay. I'm gonna start with version 1. I think that would be the most realistic. Alright. Alright, 1 second. I just gotta check my phone. It's my birthday, and, my phone is ringing left and right. Got family members sending me text messages. Okay, I'm gonna, Wolf Gamer Productions, I'm gonna read your, version 1 real quick, and then I'll be right back, guys. I just need to everybody people are celebrating my birthday right now, so, my family wants to see me real quick, and then I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna read this real quick, and then I'll be right back, guys, okay? Um, alright. So, Lego of The Walking Dead: A New Beginning Cast version 1. Cast. Alive means okay, so there's the check means alive, skull face means dead, 2 feet means left the group, leg represents kicked out of the group, X is banned from Heavenwood, and shaking hands is let back in from being kicked out. Okay. Uh, so this is the list of the actors or characters. Louise Jones, Tyrone Jones, Lisa Jones, Benson Jones, Gracie Jones, Carter Walton, Liam Walton, Shanna White, Sarah Walton. These are character names. These are amazing character names that you came up with. Um, Richard Champman, Carmel Champman, Tia Champman, Marv Carson, Chantel Carson, Tess Carson, Al Carney, Mike Lawson, Andy Dolan, Gray Marsh, Cass McCara, Alicia Kranikic, Liz Mayross, Vito Russell, Cian, sorry, Sienna Blake, Cyan Weaver, Paxton Rashid, Evan Cornea, Emily Larson, Jeff Hawkins, Andrew Campbell, Fiona Campbell, Bianca May Rose, Davina Hendricks, Tony Ray, Petra Ray, Doug. That's just a character name, Doug. Marlene, Danielle, Curtis, um, Philip Jenkins, Harvey Jenkins, Amanda Jenkins, Snake Mavis, Principal Francis Thompson, Mr. Clinton Evan, Miss Ashley Cooper, Anne Maury, Devin, Charlotte, Trevor Martins, Nicola Martins, Ollie Martins, Sky Martins, Max's family, Max Williams, Peters Grant, Robert Allen, Marvin Lane, Zachary Lee, Selena Lee, Ben Lee, Bryce Moore, April Moore, Morano Gutierrez, April's Hitman, Sebastian Rayner, Elisa Rayner, Roman Randall, Stella Randall, Alexander Mitchell, Kent Mitchell, Jasmine Mitchell, Dexter Nelson, Becca Runton, Nancy Wilshire. Okay, so that was your version 2, version 1. So I will. So will New Ghostface be live at midnight Christmas morning or sometime later in the day? It actually will be. It'll be at midnight. And I will be doing a live stream watch party with you guys. So by then, I should have everything figured out of how to live stream correctly. So I can share my screen. I can do a live commentary with you guys. We can like rewatch the film, talk about it. All that stuff. So I definitely have plans for all that. Um, Zach, I'm really excited for that. Yeah, it's going to be midnight because the Destiny Ghostface Part 1 came out uh, Christmas 2012, and it did really well. So that's why I want to do the December release. Ghostface versus Jason also came out in December of 2015. So I like that December release. But yeah, Sweet can watch that right after I put the presents under the tree. Cool. Yeah, I can't wait, man. Wolf Gamer Productions said the characters' names are hard to say their names. No, no need to be sorry. I'll be right back, guys. I promise. All right, give me like 5 minutes. I'm not gonna end this. Um, I'll just leave it on, and I'll be right back. They don't give me the option to turn off my webcam or anything, so I'll just be right back. I apologize, guys, but I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Wait, Sarah was let in after being kicked out. Wait, would someone join my chat? Never kicked out? Oh, no, you're probably talking about a character. I may not be here. Got people coming, so happy birthday, and I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, okay, Zach. All right. All right. Oh, well, thank you, Zach, for joining. But yeah, if you're still here when I come back, I'll be here. So, all right. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Oh my God. And the green in the back is to represent like stab, scream. I have my Ghostface masks over here to inspire me when I'm editing the movie. Anyway, all right. Right back, guys. Right. Be right back. My glasses. All right. I'm back, guys. Hey, got my cupcake. All right. All right. All right. So Zach said, I'll have to pass. I'm no actor. Can barely talk straight as myself on my podcast. Thanks for the offer, though. Um, what offer? I don't remember offering you anything, Zach. If you watch this live stream later, like when post a comment what you meant by that. Well, go get back at it. Okay, pretty good. Just waiting on my friends to come watch this week's movie for our podcast. Like as an actor, I'll have to pass. No actor can barely. I'm sorry, Zach. I don't know what you meant there. Wolf Gamer Productions, are you still there? All right, guess you're not there. There's someone watching. Want anyone who's watching right now, post a comment on the live chat. This is my 29th birthday live stream. So I'm doing a live stream for you guys. Um, so just post a comment. This live stream is to just talk about whatever, really. Just my movies, any movies that are coming out, video games, uh, life in general. Um, yeah, nothing really specific. I'll just wait till someone joins. All right. Both of you guys left the chat. All right. Well, I'll share this to see if I can get more people to join the stream. Okay. See if more people join. Hopefully. Got no one in the chat right now. Hopefully that changes. No, no, just waiting for people to join. I had people in the live chat earlier, but I had to, yeah, I just had to step away for a second because it's Mom and Jim wanted us to celebrate my birthday with a cupcake and some news. And some news of when my birthday party will be, my birthday dinner. I don't quite know yet, but I'm gonna find out soon. Yeah, yeah. I just was calling you real quick. I mean, I'm live streaming, but I just wanted to say hi because it's my birthday. So trying to be. No, that was cool. That was cool. That was cool, Dad. I talked to Mom Pop Up too. That was cool. I talked to them. Yeah. The Pop Up was talking about because I guess Uncle Timmy told them now about the he wants to do something for them, for their 60th anniversary. And he was talking about Milwaukee. He was talking about Milwaukee. Yeah, yeah. I hope I hope I guess yeah. It won't be. I mean, I just wish we could all do something this December. Uh, but it is what it is. I just want to see her as much as I can. Yeah, I could probably do 2 days. Yeah, yeah. All right, Dad. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I don't look like it. It is. It is. Yeah, yeah. Just call. Yeah. But give me a call again, like Sunday. Um, no, you can give me a call tomorrow if you want. Saturday or Monday after work. But yeah, tomorrow will be fine. Cause Sunday I'm hanging out with my friends for my birthday. So yeah, tomorrow will be a better day to call me. Yep. Thanks, Deb. Bye. Hey, Davey. Hey, Davey, 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 Davey. I'll stop it. How you doing, man? I'm doing good. How are you? Thanks for wishing me happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, this is a 29th birthday live stream for my subscribers, and for everyone that just wants to talk on my birthday. And yeah, just talk about whatever. Um, I haven't live streamed in a long time from my YouTube channel, uh, and I'll probably be live streaming more in the future. I'm just still, it's all still new to me, the live streaming setup on YouTube and learning it all, the software, like everything to know how to share your screen, you know, play videos, like everything like in the stream kind of thing. I'm still figuring that out. So, Davey, are you still there? Okay. How are things going on your latest fan film production? Oh, they're going good. I completed filming. I completed filming Rise of Elm Street. Uh, excuse me. I completed filming Rise of Elm Street at the very end of June, and I filmed a reshoot at the beginning of July, July 1st. And July 1st was the day I completed filming, like, really everything for the movie. I started filming it at the end of March and then completed it July 1st. It was the most fun I've had making a movie aside from New Ghostface. So that was a whole lot of fun. Uh, and Yeah, so I'll be editing Rise of Elm Street later this year, around November, December. By the way, Davey, if you don't know, the 4K Blu-ray of Nightmare on Elm Street is coming out. Um, uh, I know. I remember. I asked you. I think it was early this year. If you could send me whatever footage that you got of of that street, where the nightmare house is, where Glenn's house is. If you're able to, if send me footage for that, because I got it the best footage I could get for the movie, um, and I've been like editing some of the footage and seeing how it connects with the film. But if you have any like shots of the house without anybody in the way, I mean, when we were on the bus tour and everything, like everyone was just like there, right there in front of the house, and it was very hard to get an image shot of it, if it, you know. But if you did get anything great, like that, please send that if you can, and you'll be put in the credits, of course, and everything credited. But if not, I understand if you can't find anything. But yeah, just let me know. Um, but yeah, right now I'm editing New Ghostface. I've been editing it since July, and that'll be coming out December, this December. Um, uh, and it's been going really well. The recent trailer for it came out July 24th. It's got 40 likes. The trailer has 40 likes and over 2,000 views, which is more than my last 2 movies put together, Cage of Madness Part 1, Part 2, um, even Double Servants, all 3 of them. This trailer, like, I mean, oh my god. I don't know what I mean, the people just really like the trailer. My sister cried to it, my mom cried to it. I don't know what it is, but people really like that trailer. Um, uh, but, yeah, it's an exciting time, as a filmmaker that loves Scream and wants to make the best Scream fan film possible. I'm really excited to show you guys this movie. Really excited for it. Um, okay. Still waiting. Zach just said, still waiting for my friends, but went back. And about the actor thing, I was responding to something Wolf Gamer asked me. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that. Glad you're still in the chat, Zach. Um, Davey said, "Awesome, man. Yeah, I'll dig that up, and I got you, dude. I have a lot of footage and photos of the Nightmare House. Awesome. I'll send it to you via Facebook Messenger within the next 4 to 5 days tops. Yeah, yeah, that sounds great, man. Yeah, thank you so much, Davey. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, 4 or 5 days. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. If you need a little bit more time, that's totally fine. Thank you so much, Davey. Davey, Davey right here is a really great friend. I met him at the H45 convention in South Pasadena, California, last October, last September and October. And without Davey, I would have been very lost at that convention center. I did not know where I was going. It was all new. I've never been to California, LA. So Davey was like a tour guide person. Like, you go here, you go here. And so Davey was so helpful with like all that, like where to go at the convention center, and so I really thank him for that. He was really cool. to my sister Cassidy, and I hope to see him at age 50 at the Halloween 50 Years of Terror uh, convention in 2028. Uh, Zach said also Ghostface sells. Haha. Yes, he does. Ghostface seems to be the most profitable of all the slashers right now. Um, more than Halloween, more than Michael Myers. Uh, and I think also Scream has never had a film aside from Scream 3 where it was like so bad. I can never watch this franchise again. Like even Scream 3, I have my problems with it, but it's still not so bad where I can't watch the next Scream movie. And then I watched Scream 4. Scream 4 is a great Scream movie. Scream 5 was awesome. And Scream 6 was amazing. In fact, that's my favorite sequel of all of them. After the first movie, Scream 6 is the best, personally, in my opinion. Um, and 6 has its problems, but it's my personal favorite out of the sequels. And I love Scream 2 so much, but Scream 6 is just took the series to a whole new level, but it was still Scream. I just really enjoyed it. But yeah, the franchise has been staying strong. I do worry about Scream 7. I mean, yes, Nev Campbell is coming back, and we're getting OGs, and it could easily end up being a great Scream film. But I do wish that they would have gone the original direction. I wish Paramount wouldn't have fired Melissa Barrera. I haven't really talked about this on my YouTube channel because I haven't really wanted to talk about it, but I'm really mad at Spyglass for what they did, and it's made me less excited for Scream 7. I support Melissa Barrera, and I think Scream 7 was going to be amazing with her and Jenna Ortega, especially knowing now like where they were going to go with the story. The director they had, I mean, Kevin Williamson has no history as a director really. When they were getting the guy who directed Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You and Freaky. Could you imagine what he would have done with Scream 7? You know how amazing that would have been? And I think Spyglass, Paramount, they're messing up. They're making the wrong decision here. Jenna Ortega is a big part, including these new actors that play these new characters. They are a big part of why 5 and 6 grossed to 200 million at the box office, which Scream 4 didn't, by the way. That film was Sydney focused, and it didn't even couldn't even make 100 million at the box office. And you're telling me bringing back Sydney over 10 years since Scream 4, this is probably going to come out, on its 15-year mark of Scream 4, and you're telling me that it's gonna do really 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 well. It's very hard to believe that because you had Courtney Cox in Scream 4, you had David Arquette, you had Hayden Panettiere, you had Emma Roberts, and yet that movie didn't gross to 100 million, but 5 and 6 got to 200 million. I'm just saying. And because Spyglass can't accept freedom of speech, uh, yeah, the series is they had to start over. But I'm not happy about it. I would be more interested in a Sydney focused passing the torch storyline after Scream 7, Scream 8, if they wanted to do that. They needed to conclude Sam and Tara's story. There was obviously one more film left for their story. And Scream 6 was kind of like the middle entry of their story. If you look at it, it was The Empire Strikes Back of their storyline. It was the second act. Scream 7 was going to be their third act, and we were going to get all questions answered that we wanted from the beginning, and it just really it really breaks my heart because they literally they sat down with her and they were like, "Oh, we'll bring you back. We'll put you back in the movie. We'll rehire you as long as you don't talk about any of that stuff, on Twitter." Just trying to silence her, her voice, you know, and she wasn't promoting. She wasn't talking like I just don't. I really don't. It, it's awful. It's one of the worst decisions a studio has ever made, ever. Melissa Barrera, amazing, amazing woman, and she is become an amazing actress. She was phenomenal in Scream Six, and I was very much getting used to Sam and Tara. I love Sydney, I love Gail, but I was excited for a new generation of characters. I was really excited for this. It felt like this is the time, and now they want to go back. And it's like everything that they're talking about doing now and this and that. It's like y'all could have done this years ago, but out of desperation, you guys are doing it. Not because you want to, because you have to, because you have to make that money. You know you can't make less than Scream Six, and you know that Spyglass is freaking out right now that they're not going to make as much as 5 and 6. Well, Spyglass, that's your fault. And Jenna Ortega quit quits that movie because you fired Melissa, and that's something a lot of us fans we will never forget that, and we will never forget that, and we will never forget that moment as a Scream fan. So I'm sorry, but yes, free Melissa. Uh, Dude, I love Scream 3. It's not talked about enough. Remember the nightmare scene when Sid's mom opens the gate and walks through the yard in the dark. Then boom, she's in the window super crazy. Yes. In fact, I got to talk to the actress that plays Maureen Prescott in a live stream. That YouTuber Craven something or his name something Craven. Uh, I was on one of his I went on one of his live streams and I got to talk to the actress. I got to tell her I was a filmmaker, and she was like, hire me for one of your movies. I'm always looking for work." I was like, "Oh my god!" So I got to talk to her. That was such a cool moment. Was meeting an actor from the Scream movies, and it was Sydney's mom. Just that was such a great memory I have. That was earlier this year. Yeah, that was a great scene. We never have a dream sequence in a Scream movie, but I'm glad Wes Craven did it because he gave us a Nightmare on Elm Street. He's the master of like dream stuff. So that was a cool moment. I saw Scream 3 in the theater, and I remember everyone screamed like crazy when zombie Marine Prescott popped up in that window. Yeah, that must have freaked people out, I'm sure. Wow, so you saw it in the theater. That's so cool, Davey. That's so cool. Zach said, "I'm annoyed that Kevin isn't also writing 7. Like, why he's just directing his writing voice is the biggest absence of 5 and 6 for me." Yeah, Kevin Williamson should write the script and should have someone else direct it. And people have been actually talking about Patrick Lussier. Oh, he should come back to edit the movie. But why not have him be a co-editor and be the director of the film, or get 2 directors, right? But I'm why I say Patrick Lussier is because he's directed Scream. He directed the show. He directed the season finale of season 2, When a Stranger Calls, and if anyone has seen that episode, you can see that he's got directing talent. I mean, he gets Scream. He gets the formula. He gets the style, the tone, atmosphere. Um, and I remember when that episode came out, people were talking about it all the time. It was a big deal, and yeah, it was one episode that he directed, but it was a great episode. It was a great episode. And yeah, the My Bloody Valentine remake could have been better. Drive Angry. I mean, he doesn't have like the strongest resume, but he's got a bigger resume than Kevin Williamson. That's for sure. And uh, also, since he edited the first three movies, he it just makes sense that Patrick Lussier and Kevin Williamson would kind of work together. Maybe Kevin Williamson is the co-director, Patrick Lussier is the other co-director, you know, or just get a director in there that you know, just get a good director. Get Ty West directed the Scream show, by the way. I don't know if you guys. He directed the episode of the first season. Get Ty West to direct Scream 7. Um, Happy birthday, King. Hey, Cass. Hey, Cass. Davey's in the live chat, by the way. So I got Davey and I got Cassidy here in the live chat. And like a year ago, I was in LA with Davey and Cass. That's where I met Davey. The bus tour, and yeah, this is so cool. This is so cool. Both you guys are in the live chat at the same time. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait till we all meet up again for age 50. And it'll be, of course, it'll be here before we know it. But 2028, not crazy. Wow. I wish they would do like a Nightmare on Elm Street convention. I mean, maybe Davey knows more about all that, but like what they do for Halloween, in Pasadena, I wish that they would do that for Nightmare because I feel like they could if if they got the right person to run it and everything. Uh, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Um, hey Zach. Oh yeah, 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 Cassidy. Zach is he's been one of my subscribers since the beginning of my YouTube channel. Um, the triple threat is back together for the first time in almost a year. Yes, yes we are. Yes we are. Oh, I wish we all could like hang. We can. I wish we all could like hang out before age 50 because it's still so far from here. I hope that we all can like I don't know meet up somewhere at some point and hang out. I don't know. I just think that'd be really cool. But if not, I'll just be grateful we all get to meet up at age 50. But be cool to do something before that. Um, miss you too, miss you too. Hey Zach. Nah, man, if you're in the chat, you're in the crew, my friend. Yep. Yes, you are. Zach. No, literally love the support, Zach. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys. I mean, thank everyone that joined my live stream tonight. I mean, so awesome. Was gonna start like earlier, but ran into technical difficulties because I am still learning live streaming on YouTube. Uh, the whole setup, learning to like share my screen with people, so like I can, uh, show like video clips in my live streams or do like, commentaries, live commentaries on my films, like cool stuff like that, is what I want to be able to do. Um, and oh, did it work? Do you guys see it? Do you guys see my whole screen? No, you guys don't. Okay. I mean, do you see my dashboard? Where you see Final Cut and iMovie and all that. You guys see that? You guys see New Ghostface? Oh, cool. All right. Well, I'm glad it's working. Yes. Yes. That's cool, Zach. You live in Abington. I live here in Willow Grove. Yeah, we definitely gotta like meet. Like, if you ever want to meet at like the Willow Grove Mall, uh, let me know. And you want to go see like a horror movie or something? That'd be awesome, man. All right. Well, I wanted to show you guys some sneak peeks of new Ghostface. Not I don't want to spoil like really too much, but I just wanted to show a little bit. Don't know if you guys can hear the audio from the clip. That's a little sneak peek there. Did you guys hear audio from that? No audio? All right. All right. Can you guys hear it? All right. So that was a very faint audio. Okay. But did you guys hear like anything out of that? I won't give anything away, but Cassidy has a line in the movie where she says to me, "Ghostface with a shotgun, really?" I love that line. You heard the gun pumps. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me try another one. All right. So this scene here is it's a scene. in the movie. I don't want to say like where it is, but this is like a little behind the scenes part. Um, and of course, there's the actual takes in here as well. There's different camera angles, but I wanted to just like show you guys that the movie really tributes Scream and includes like stab and all that. So like the green here is really to tribute just the Scream franchise tribute, that green, that use of color lighting. So I used like actual green lights like that were like blinking like this. And it was a lot of fun. It was a fun set to build and everything. But that's something I wanted with the film. Um, thank you. Yeah, it's I want to talk about this movie so bad, but I can't, you know, talk about it at the same time, because I don't want to spoil this, Um, I'll show one more thing. All right, I'll show one more thing. No spoilers. Okay, this is a little tough. All right. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'll play the first minute of this. Um, and no music is here yet. Music has been scored for this scene, but I'm not gonna play this whole thing at all. I'm only gonna play 1 minute of it, and that's it. Only because you guys have been so patient with this movie and have had to wait so long because you guys won't have to wait for Rise of Elm Street like New Ghostface. So feel like I have to show you guys something.
In 2010, Sydney Prescott killed her mom. She dressed in a ghost face costume.
This isn't spoilers because this is footage from the first movie. Haunting with Ghostface.
For 13 years. Sydney was caught trying to escape. It's hard to believe that during Sydney's time in the mental hospital, she made at least one friend, and his name was Kyle. Sydney was eventually released for good behavior. Sydney had family on the outside. Has she truly changed, or will she become a ghost face again? Is someone from her past trying to haunt her?
I'm reporting live on the events that happened in Woodsboro, California. Cindy Prescott, daughter of Maureen Prescott, killed her mother by drowning her in a tub of water in the winter of 2010. Nance Prescott, actually 24.
This is the story of the return of a ghost face.
All right, the last shot. Show you guys, and this is all you're gonna get after this. All right. So, what all I can show you guys for right now. I cannot. I'm not going any further than that. Yeah. So I wanted to start the movie. I mean, the movie is a tribute to all my Scream fan films, and it's a tribute to the Scream films, and it's a tribute to um, uh, it's a tribute to other movies as well, other films in the genre. Um, so, um, so yeah, I was very selective exactly what I was going to show you guys, what I wanted to show you guys of New Ghostface. Uh, if I'm not doing anything on Halloween, I'll do a live stream on Halloween, and 'cause that's when the final trailer is gonna come out for new Ghostface, and we can do watch party if you guys want or whatever. So, uh, there's that in the future. But Rise of Elm Street, that's gonna be a little bit easier of a movie to promote and talk about than new Ghostface, because with Scream, it's very hard to not spoil anything when you make a Scream film. It's like any scene you show, people raise all these questions, this, that. But any plans for an official release date? December 25th, 2024, Davey, is when New Ghostface comes out. That'll be the day. Um, the movie will be officially completed mid-November. Uh, more than mid-November. November 10th is the day I'm trying to go for the completion day, with everything, music, you name it. That way, I have time to put together the family documentary that I have to put together for my family for Christmas, and to start editing Rise of Elm Street, because that'll be coming out in April, early next year. So I have to start editing that movie sooner than later. So um, if I didn't have another movie in the editing process, New Ghostface, I could probably, I would like, I feel like I'd have more time on it, but I've been giving myself uh, enough time. I feel like for New Ghostface, and it's looking really, really, really good. I'm really happy about it. It's gonna be crazy, dude. The movie is going to be amazing, and Rise of Elm Street. Yeah, and thanks to you, Cass. Thanks to you as well. Thanks to Cassidy. She's a new Ghostface, and she's a crew member for Rise of Elm Street, and she's doing the musical score for Rise of Elm Street as well. So thank you, Cass. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for joining the live stream. That was thank you so much. Love you. Zach said, my friends just arrived, so gotta hop off. But yeah, we'll have to do something. I'm at Regal Warrenton almost every week to see movies. Oh wow. Okay. Happy birthday, Ryan. Goodbye, everyone. All right, Zach. Just send me a message. Send me a PM, and yeah, we'll figure something out. That'd be awesome. Because I actually have quite a few subscribers that live out here, and I haven't met any of you guys. I haven't met any of you yet, so that'd be really great. You have a great night, Zach. Have a great night, Cass. Love you guys. I don't know, Davey, are you still here? Are you tuning in a little bit longer? Oh, Cassidy, Davey said, take care. Cassidy, take care. Zach, be well. I'm gonna go, Ryan. I'll get you those photos and vids ASAP. Love you, brother. Movies are looking good. Can't wait. Love you too, man. I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail. All right, all right, all right, Davey. All right, Cass. Love you. All right, love you, Zach. Talk to you soon. Wolf Gamer Productions. Yes, I will continue reading version 2 of what you wanted me to read real quick. I'll talk to you soon, Davey. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday. This was awesome. All right, Wolf Gamer. You want me to read volume 2? All right, I'm going to volume 2 now. Sorry, not version 2. Sorry, version 2. All right, so Lego of the Walking Dead cast, A New Beginning, version 2. Victor Edwards, Rick Grimes, McConey, Grimes, Archie Grimes, Sabrina Grimes, Darielle Dixon, Maggie Ree, Dwayne, Maynard Monroe, Jane, Zoe, Eva, Mr. Crawford, Rawson Crawford, Craig, Tessa, Ayla, Bobby McNeil, Stacy McNeil, Dr. Harris Vespa, Oliver Santos, Vince Greenwood, Trey Barker, Mark Lockhound, MacArthur Evali, Sandy Gardner, Kane Robinson, Alina Robinson, Maze Ozark, Nadine Helden, Braxton Helden, Dr. Morris Rodriguez, Diego Chester, Ash Cole, Frankie Roebuck, Amber Hicks, Roger Miller, Lucy Miller, Ava Morrison, Jamie Morrison, Arlene Price, Ava and Jamie Soldier 1, Ava and Jamie Soldier 2, 3, 4, 5, Marge, Ava and Jamie Soldier 6, Dawn, Ava and Jamie Soldier 7, Kira, Ava and Jamie Soldier 8, 20 of Ava and Jamie Soldiers, Lee Malcolm, Amar Singh, John Walters, Duane Jr., Deslin Forster, Tracy Forster, Dean Forster, Gerald Forster, Luis Forster, Penelope Forster, Garrick Parkins, Ryan Green, Reuben Politzer, Megan Donovan, Mason Rose, Robson O'Reilly, Judy O'Reilly, Olivia Mary, Wilton Nelson, Pixie Nelson, Lexi Nelson, Ramsey Bonner, Richie Bonner, Frankie Embross, Isaac Embross, Sabine Mycroft, Naira Mycroft, Anthony Jekov, Avery Hall, George Ranger, Arvin Ranger, Sky Ranger, Donna Murray, Cecilia Murray, Pipa Murray, Luis Hardman, Samara Grayson, Jacob Marr, Hadley Jefferson, Dalton Riley, Cody Mayer, Zach Morgan, Luke Miles, Andrew Miles, Caitlin Miles, Arthur Murphy, Alex Murphy, Liv Murphy, and Sally Andrews. Version 2. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of names. Okay. All right, version 3. I believe I did read version 4, right? Lego of the Walking Dead cast, A New Beginning, version 3. Jack Washington, Jane Washington, Jimmy Washington, Marcus Harper, Cheryl Harper, Megan Harper, Michaels, Cooper, Bethany, Ashton Ranger, Dane Gibson, Taylor Cartwell, Hallie Croydon, Mark Keane, Raina Simran, John McBurn, Cassie McBurn, Pierce Metcalf, Skylar Metcalf, Dan Metcalf, Carolina Metcalf, Lori Mayfield, Petuina Robbins, Chelsea Mayfield, Willow Parkins, Gary McMillan, Jasmine McMillan, Alvina Martinez, Gary and Alvina's baby, Karen Ditchberg, Diana Ditchberg, Albert MacArthur, Evelyn MacArthur, Sid MacArthur, Harley MacArthur, Dr. Rose Garvin, Ellie Gomez, Rosa Gomez, Terry, Allie, and Rosa's Pat Lyon, Gibson, Conan, Ariana, Cannon, Quinny, Cannon, Ryan Locker, Serena Locker, Tommy Locker, Duke Floors, Wade Floors, Henry Mancini, Fiona Cortland, Douglas Kurtlaw, Benton Sinclair, Mary Sinclair, Macy Ramillo, Claudia Rangani, Hannah Rebello, Carver Ramaza, Ramaza, Harrison Ramosa, Clark Sunnydale, Mary Sunnydale, Bert Walsh, Greg Walsh, Riley Walsh, Stuart Truman, Trudy Truman, Eva Fuller, Brad Porters, Grant Eastly, Dottie Eastly, or Eastlay, East, Tristan Lehman, Ashley Odine, Zara Brooke, Lucia Jacobson, Dan Bradley, Bob Dawson, Luna Parkinson, Alicia Convey, Kelly Olin, Mills, Guillermo, excuse me, Guillermo, Guillermo, Darren McFadden, Dave Romano, Evan Stone, Kenzie Lonergan, Destiny McLeod, Ray Dunlap, uh, Dunlap, Dunlap, Blake Greenlaw, Brent Burgos, Lloyd Burgos, Sophie Clow, Marita Darren, Mar Beals, Tennis Strantford, Luke Foreman, Cash Freeman, Duncan Hartwell, Bell Silva, Belly Silva, Donnie Westward, Parker, McNika, Carson Porter, Amelia Jacqueline, Dr. Jonas, Marsa, Beth Reed, Clyde, Chernkov, Scott McFarland, Sylvia, Leanna, Desiree, Randy Glover, Reese Glover, Renee Glover, Miller Hart, Adele May, Brian May. Wow. I don't think I've ever had any casts in any of my films that large. Wow. Wow. Okay, last one, version 4. Okay, last one. All right. Lego of the Walking Dead cast, A New Beginning, version 4. Ronald Millbrook, Scott Millbrook, Paul Millbrook, Jack Taylor, Margaret Taylor, Bew Casket, Zoe Cambridge, Morgan Cambridge, Kendall McKinney, Richard Vasland, uh, Elsie Vasland, Lands Vasland, Avalian Vasland, Easton McCarver, Lola McCarver, Colby Strawman, Ivy Strawman, Dr. Karam Hamash, Dr. Kieran O. Samuels, Carlos Holland, Jim Peterson, Howard Hughes, Hillary Hughes, Davis Romero, Rosemary Romero, Vina Romero, Hosea Gold, Becky Gold, Goldie Eastman, Mayor Tom Huddleston, Huddlestone, Aaron Huddlestone, Avery Huddlestone, Emily Huddlestone, Martin Bailman, Nicole Maine. Okay, Martin Balmain, Nicola Balmain, Paul Bridgers, Millie Bridgers, Connolly O. Hallway, Carla Clarkson, Vernon Atkinson, Annie Atkinson, Xavier Hunt, Jeremy Evanston, Kelsey Evanston, Nikki Evans, Ray Daler, Pure Whisperer, Clayton Whisperer, Lily Whisperer, Molly Whisperer, Monica Whisperer, Earl Whisperer, Mickey Whisperer, Marta Hanson, Whisperer Scout, Franklin McCardle, Christina McCardle, Jarvis Miller, Deborah the Bat, Lena First in Command, Meridian, Merrick, Lieutenant Meridian, Morena, Lieutenant Meridian, Cross, Lieutenant Meridian. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Quinn Hart, Lieutenant Meridian. I'll just Meridian. Sturridge, Lieutenant. Meridian. Virgil, Lieutenant Meridian. Virginia, Lieutenant Meridian. Ashley, Lieutenant Meridian. Marlowe, Lieutenant Meridian. Noel Noel Carstonia, Lieutenant Meridian. Jenny, Lieutenant Meridian. Jack, member of Jenny's group and Meridian. Mikkel, member of Jenny's group and Meridian. A lot of Meridians. Lena, Liv's mother, member of Jenny's group and Meridian. Liv, daughter of Lena, member of Jenny's group and Meridian. Doug, member of Jenny's group and Meridian. Rest of these are Meridian, so I'm just going to say the other name. May, Star, Scott, Pauline, Mila, Saul, Grace, Kayla, Esther, Rose, Gavin, Clara, Mason, Tasman, Marina, Chaos, Wyvani, Dan, Bernie, Leonie, Nelson, Ramirez. So now we're okay. Leader of the Raiders, Luis Ramirez, leader of the Raiders. Barbara Raider, Hilda Raider, Helsinki Raider, Emily Raider, Casper, member of Beth's group, Meriden, and is now a Raider. Mark, member of Beth's group, Meriden, and is now a Raider. Bobby, member of Beth's group, Meridian, and is now a Raider. Cam, member of Beth's group, Meriden, and is now a Raider. Sky, member of Beth's group, Meridian, and is now a Raider. Golden Greenville, leader of the Reapers. Riva, first in command of the Reapers. Mars Reaper. Kieran Reaper. Danny Reaper. Justin McLeod, leader of Nirvana Gates. Kat Jennings, leader of Nirvana Gates. Marcus Lawson, first in command of Nirvana Gates. Eveline Lawson, Marcus's wife and tour guide for Nirvana Gates. Trish Martine, resident of Nirvana Gates. Dr. Lance Barrington, doctor for Nirvana Gates. Dylan Warrington, resident of Nirvana Gates. Cameraman Murray, resident of Nirvana Gates. Dan Dutton, resident of Nirvana Gates. Lucy Dunton, resident of Nirvana Gates. Damian Brooks, leader of Alpha Haven. Cassie, first in command of Alpha Haven. Vera, resident of Alpha Haven. Spencer, resident of Alpha Haven. Misty, resident of Alpha Haven. Marcia, resident of Alpha Haven. Sam, husband of Roxy and brother to Skeletor. Roxy, wife to Sam and sister to Skeletor. Skeletor, brother to Sam and Roxy. Brennan, companion to Sam and Skeletor group. Alyssa, leader of the werewolves. Cohen, first in command of the werewolves. Hendrik, leader of Cornwall Safe Zone. Glenda Wyman, leader of the captures. Holly, leader of the cannibal dealers. Holly, leader of the cannibal dealers. Phil, first in command of the cannibal dealers. Matthew, first in command of the cannibal dealers. Omera, resident of the cannibal dealers. And Maddie, resident of the cannibal dealers. All right, so there you go, Wolf Gamer Productions. Whew, that was a lot to read. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. How on earth did you not lose your voice? Feel Oh, that's a big cast. Wow, that's a lot of characters. Wow. Whew, I think I'm sweating. Wow. Anyway. Hey Austin. Austin Verdon. Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing all right. How are you doing? I'm celebrating my 29th birthday, and I'm doing a 29th birthday live stream. I had to do two, one last night and one for tonight, so enough people could tune in and chat with me for my birthday. I promise I didn't make them all to. I promise I didn't make them all to do that to you. LOL. Well, you wanted me to read it all. Hey, for it, Forest, Forest. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Welcome to my 29th birthday live stream. Yeah, that is definitely true. Oh, hey Noah, which Noah? Oh, hey Noah. Is Angeline and Uncle Gary there? Can I say hi to them? Awesome. And a lot of names were hard for you to read. I'm sorry for that. Oh no, it's fine with Gamer Productions. It's fine. Oh, it was just a long read. The Big 29. Happy to see you. Happy to see ya. Hey, so did you see the potential news that Scream 7 will take place a full 30 years after the original? What's your thoughts on where the film is going? Um, well, there was already confirmed time jump a little while ago. Hold on a second, Austin. Hey, Angeline, how you doing? Thank you for the birthday wishes on Facebook. I love and miss you guys so much. I really, really want to see you guys soon. And when I send Uncle Gary the rough cut of Rise of Elm Street, when I have a cut of the film, I don't know if he'll be saying to me, "Fly back here! We're gonna reshoot this scene. We're gonna reshoot this." I can't allow that to be on YouTube. No, I gotta redo my performance here. So I might be back sooner than later, depending on how Uncle Gary feels about the movie. Hey Ryan, hope you have an amazing birthday, Uncle Gary. Oh, thank you, Uncle Gary. Love you, Uncle Gary. Love and miss you so much. I really hope I can see you guys soon, and we all can do something. I mean, I was there in March. I mean, it still doesn't feel that long ago. But yeah, I definitely want to see you guys. A visit where it's not just the movie. Where I'm filming Rise of Elm Street. You know, the whole time. I mean, or a reshoot is one thing, but that's 16 hours of filming with Uncle Gary. That would be fun to just be able to spend time with you guys, and there's not a lot of that going on. And we can have fun, and catch up and everything. I'd love to. I would love that soon. And thank you guys for joining my live stream, my second live stream. Thank you so much. Um, I'll have live streams in the future for my channel. Feel free whenever you want to tune in. There'll be live streams for New Ghostface, Rise of Elm Street, all different kind of stuff. Watch parties. I'm trying to get into live streaming more. It's just still new for me when it comes to YouTube. So yeah, Austin, I heard about the the time jump. Um, uh, you're asking, do I have any excitement for Scream 7? All right, I'll answer that question for you. But I'm reading. I feel like this one is gonna rock the boat a bit with decisions they're making. Yeah. Well, I think I haven't talked about it on YouTube to my subscribers for a long time because I didn't want to talk about it for a long time. But I am personally not happy with Spyglass right now in Paramount. I'm not happy how they handled the situation with Melissa Barrera. Um, I definitely on her side about the whole situation, and many people are, many Scream fans are, and they're pulling all these stunts, at Scream 7. Oh, Stu might come back. Sydney's coming back. We're bringing Gail back. Kirby might be getting her own TV show. Patrick Dempsey might be back. Uh, it's going to be passed on to Sydney's kids. Why didn't they do this with Scream 5? Or why didn't they do this with Scream 4? Is my question. And if you just look at the box office numbers, Scream 4 didn't even make 100 million. In Austin, you remember that time. You went to see Scream 4. I went to see Scream 4. Sadly, those auditoriums weren't packed houses, and it didn't even gross to 100 million. So, and that was with Nev Campbell, that was with Courtney Cox, and that was with David Arquette and Hayden Panettiere. All four of them, and Emma Roberts was in it, and it couldn't reach that 100 million mark. But Scream 5 and 6, thanks to Melissa Barrera, thanks to Jenna Ortega, thanks to Jasmine, thanks to all of the new cast of new actors and these new characters in 5 and 6, it's they've made over 200 million at the box office, and Scream 6 is the highest grossing Scream film, and yet Sydney isn't in the movie. Nev Campbell isn't in Scream 6, and yet it's the highest grossing Scream film. So for them to be like, we got to get Sydney back and all that, no, you don't. You need to get Jenna Ortega back and Melissa Barrera back, and you need to make the Scream 7 that you all promised with its original director. Who directed? I don't know. Happy Death Day to You, Freaky, a filmmaker with experience, a director with directing experience in that genre, who had something so brilliant up his sleeve for that film that would have concluded the 5, 6, 7 arc story. That would have been phenomenal. I was so excited for that. I was so excited to see that they were going to reveal to us that Sam was Ghostface. So that was going to be the twist, is that through 3 movies, we were sitting through Ghostface, the main character, Ghostface, and we didn't know it, you know? And but the movies always hinted at her battles, her demons, with her dad and everything. And Scream 7 was gonna be, uh, Billy telling her to kill and all that, and you were gonna obviously have, like, a 3rd act with Tara and Sam and probably this huge, like, a Roman and Sydney, fight and everything. Oh my god, it would have been amazing. But they're doing this all out of desperation because they couldn't get Melissa Barrera back because she wouldn't play their game, and I'm so proud of her too. Um, but it's like we wouldn't have heard, Sydney coming back, oh, Patrick Dempsey coming back, this, that. We wouldn't have heard all that if Scream 7 just would have went with where it was supposed to go. And I'm already used to a new generation of characters and that it's not the end of the world. The Scream show, I loved the Scream show. We're talking more of the first 2 seasons here, not season 3. I love the first 2 seasons of that show. I love those characters, Emma, Audrey, Brooke, Noah. They're memorable. They're iconic characters. And I would love a season 3. I'd return to Lakewood. And yeah, it wasn't Ghostface in that show. And that's always going to be a complaint I have, but it was done well. It was really refreshing after Scream 4. I felt Scream was getting back to kind of where it started with the first 2 films. And then Scream 5 came out and Scream 6, and I'm like, all right, I think we're back. We're back to how Scream was. That formula, it's back, but it's a new generation. And I thought it was great because Sydney wasn't the main character in 5. She was more of a supporting character, but she was in it just enough to pass the torch on to Sam and Tara. And Gail being in 5 and 6 worked, especially that 6 was set in New York. It made sense that Gail was not the center of the story, but she was a part of it. I mean, they concluded Dewey's storyline, which is definitely divided with the fan base. But I was excited to see where it was all going to go with Sam and Tara and the core 4. I was looking forward to that. And hoping that the series could just take a break for a while after that. And now they're talking about a Scream 7, Scream 8. We all know this is going to lead to a Halloween 2018 situation. That's where this is all going. And if that's what they want to do, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off. Especially that it's still going to come out. If it comes out in 2025 next year, it comes out in 2026. That's still very recent from Scream 6. So Scream 6 is still in 5 and 6 are in people's minds, and I don't know. Yeah, man, I got to read parts of one of the original scripts for 7 before it was canned, and I think it would have wrapped the new trilogy in a great way. Such a shame. Yeah. Yes. Might I add, the idea of Sam being Ghostface seems to resemble a certain fan film I know made by a director I know. Oh, Austin, thank you for saying that, man. Oh man, thank you. Hey, like I said, 10 years ago, they were eventually going to do something like that. They were going to have to, and everyone thought it was crazy when I came out with my Scream fan films. you know, the first four, and I made Sydney Ghostface, and everyone was like, "How could you make Sydney Ghostface?" One, this isn't Nev Campbell, by the way. Okay, so all of you relax. Two, it's a fan film, and three, it's something different. It shows it shows there's other ways to tell the story of Scream. Um, with it not just the traditional girl gets a phone call from Ghostface. And there's the body count, final girl at the end. We've gotten 6 movies of that. You know, and um, uh, I think it would be great if a Scream movie was through Ghostface's point of view. A whole movie is the killer's perspective, and all the characters don't know who Ghostface is, and the only people that do know is the audience themselves. Now, Scream 6 opened up that possibility in the very beginning. I was thinking, "Oh my god, is this gonna be the Scream film where they're gonna pull that, where it's gonna be through Ghostface's point of view?" Um, I was wrong. Um, but that would be really cool. It would be really cool. It would be interesting, original. It's something that's not been done with the franchise, and it can still work. It can work. And as long as it's, the right script, the right director, the right cast, you can make a great film with the audience knowing who Ghostface is. So maybe you could even have that Ghostface in 2 films. The first one, where everyone knows who Ghostface is except for the characters in the movie. And then the next movie, everyone knows who Ghostface is. And then we see, like, what would happen to a Ghostface killer if they were apprehended, right, put in prison, and right, gained a following on social media, possibly a cult following, and what that would lead to. Imagine a prison break scene, right? Something crazy that we've never seen before with the franchise. I mean, they could do some really cool, inventive, creative stuff, and we saw that in the Scream show. Um, and it just uh, it, Scream has so much to offer. The character Ghostface. Anyone can be Ghostface, so you can create this, Law and Order kind of storyline, true crime storyline. I mean, you can really do a lot with it. More than Halloween, more than Friday the 13th, or really, because Ghostface, there's not really a limit, and it can't really get repetitive because you can always tell these new stories of these characters all the time. You can twist it around. Even a survivor from the last Scream movie becomes Ghostface. They haven't really done that yet either. You know what I mean? Like, one of the main character's friends, one of Sydney's friends from the last movie, is Ghostface in the next film. Or, I mean, they never did that. You know, so there's so many things that they haven't done yet that they still could do. But yeah, I agree with you, Austin, about Scream 7. Um, I think Ken Williamson should write the script. Shouldn't direct the movie. If anything, he should co-direct it and get another director to co-direct it with him. Possibly Patrick Lussier, who edited the first 3 Scream movies, directed an episode of the Scream show. Uh, you know, um, get Jamie Travis. Uh, I know he's a TV director, but get him or get Oz Scott. Or I mean, get one of those directors from the show. There's even those directors that directed the Vanishing episode of season 2, and they directed the first and last episode of season 3, and they directed that Pet Cemetery remake. So, I mean, there's a whole list of directors they could use, uh, and I'm just like, just pick a director from the Scream show. They probably they all probably would do a better job than Kevin Williamson. I mean, he could literally hurt this movie, his direction, you know? Now, did he study film directing, in the last 2 years or something? I don't know, but it just feels weird. I don't know. Uh, Completely agree with you, man. I think they originally were gonna do a new thing. They were gonna do new things with 5 back then. They were making 4 when they were making 4. Do you remember the original idea for 5 before the ending 4 was changed? Yes, I do. I do remember it a lot. Um, I remember we were Scream 4 fans where we were looking for anything Scream, anything, any news, and Scream 5 was announced, I believe, 2012, right? It was 2012. We heard like an official announcement, and I remember Kevin Williamson didn't want to come back. He had a contract with the Vampire Diaries at the time, that show. So he wrote a rough draft of Scream 4 that was submitted to the studio, and then Aaron Kruger did rewrites, which actors on actors in the movie weren't happy with the script change. Wes Craven wasn't happy with the script change. I mean, he said he posted a comment before the movie came out, and he said, "I did everything I could do to make this like the best film I could do, despite its script." Like he was literally, I mean, he was attacking that script. That he did not like the script of Scream 4, and I understand. I understand why he wouldn't have liked it. Um, and he wasn't happy with it, and I remember just being whoa when I read that. But yeah, Scream 5 when they announced that and everything, it was up in the air for Wes Craven to return. He wasn't saying like no, but he obviously was talking, if it was a good script, of course, and everything. Um, so I remember um, Kev Williamson he offered his storylines of 5 and 6 to the Weinsteins, and don't know if they took it and they were in talks of another writer. I don't know, but they were discussing a Scream 5. There was really no writer confirmed at all. I just remember that there was like no really a writers that was like, confirmed. I think the Weinsteins really were trying to get Kevin Williamson back, or they were trying to. They're probably seeing where things were going with the Vampire Diaries and his contract and everything, his schedule. And because they probably were like, no one else can write Scream but Kevin Williamson. But that definitely hurt the wait for 5 and 6, and I remember it was going to be called Five Cream. That we all were joking about that, Five Cream. Um, uh, because the S would turn into a 5. Um, uh, and then everyone talked about that Scream 6, that the E would turn into a 6. I remember that as well. Um, but it was definitely a dark process. Scream 5 and 6. When I was reading, Wes Craven he was just trying to make the best Scream sequels he could, and it sounded like a lot of it was the Weinstein's, what was going on. And I know they were trying to get Emma Roberts back for a while and Hayden Panettiere, and they couldn't get either one of them back. So that was a issue that the movies had at the time, because they wanted to bring Kirby back. Because it was never confirmed that Kirby died. So I think the majority of us fans, we kind of just knew that she was going to come back. If of course Hayden Panettiere, agreed. I just had a feeling that Kirby was going to come back. Now, There came a point though where I did accept that Kirby did die. And this probably was the late 2010s. This was probably after season 3 of the Scream show. It was before Scream 5 was announced. Um, uh, so when she did return, it was a, oh my god, because that was like, 10 years, over 10 years later. But um, I kind of would have liked 5 Cream. Yeah, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. We all wanted that. Uh, that's one thing I'll say about Scream 2022. I get that it's a play on the requel titles like Halloween 2018, but man, it not having the numbers, and it really bugs me. My OCD. Yeah, it bugged me too. When it was being promoted as Scream, I was like, "What?" Because the trailer is such a sequel to Scream 4. Like, we're talking, this is a sequel to Scream 4. You see Judy Hicks in the trailer, and it's like, you're like, "Oh, all right." And then I remember Courtney Cox was saying, "Oh, this isn't a reboot or a sequel or a requel or." Well, then what is this movie then? All it is a sequel, you know? If anything that was a requel, that would be Scream 4. I'm surprised people don't that they consider 5 to be like the requel of the series. 4, Scream 4 is the requel. That was like the starting over after 3. And I think that's why 5 wasn't as effective, because 4 already did that, bringing the characters back, you know, bringing everything back to Woodsboro since Scream 2 and 3. You know, we already had all that established. So with Scream 5, I think we wanted something more. You know, um, now of course Stu would have been great as Ghostface in that movie. I would have loved that because of the house. Or if it would have been like a Stu relative, you know, that would have been really interesting because Sam is Bill. I mean, that's Billy's daughter. So it would have been interesting if like a relative of Stu was Ghostface and there was a face off, you know, with a Loomis and a, you know, I mean, that would have been cool. I will say though, the killer motives for 5 were better than Scream 6, because even though Scream 6 is my favorite sequel out of all of them, it does have the worst killer motive out of all of them. Really, it does. This whole family of ghost faces, these 3 family members, no, no, no. It's a great movie. I just don't like that killer reveals. I mean, the actors did a great job. It's just horrible writing, that whole thing. Um, I mean, growing up with all the movies, I couldn't believe that that's all they could come up with. In fact, the original concept for Scream 6 for the Ghostface killer was going to be a conspiracy theorist that thought Sam literally wasn't innocent and did commit those crimes. That would have been awesome. That would have been good. But anyway, um, absolutely agreed on the point of 4 being the requel. Might I say, I have a real love for Scream 3, by the way. LOL. Scream 3 is like Scooby Doo for adults, and I love it. Yeah, yeah. No, Scream 3 has grown on me throughout time. I don't hate it like I used to. Um, there's parts I do like. Parker Posey's probably my favorite thing about element of that movie, and Carrie Fisher's cameo. That's my favorite movie cameo ever in a movie is Carrie Fisher's cameo in Scream 3. That is the greatest cameo I've ever seen in a movie. That scene was brilliant. And it's got to be one of Carrie Fisher's like best movie performances I've ever seen too, was that cameo. That was great. Oh my god. Um the 4K is amazing. I have the steel book of Scream 3. Actually, I'll show you it. Look at that. It came with 2 digital codes, which was so exciting. And you take this off here. I really don't want to. But look, you're not going anywhere, Sydney. It's time you came terms with me and with Mother. Maybe you never knew her at all, Sydney. Maybe you just can't keep see past the surface of things. That's how it looks inside. They promote Smile and the other Scream films. No Scream 3, but yeah, it came with 2 digital codes, so I was able to have it on my Vudu and my Apple TV. And the Blu-ray is amazing. It plays on the Xbox One, and it plays on Xbox One X, the Xbox One X, and my 4K Blu-ray player. I had to get because a lot of Blu-ray discs wouldn't play on my Xbox, which really sucks. But it's what it is. Okay. All right. I just wanted to show you that, Austin. Yeah, Scream 3 has definitely grown on me throughout time. I would love a re-release of the movie on the big screen, and the score is amazing. I think it's the best like score and soundtrack of the whole franchise. Personally, like What If from Creed, um, and Marco Beltrami's score was just phenomenal in Scream 3. It had a lot of emotion, a lot of great Sydney reprise theme moments and stuff that he didn't get in Scream 4. You know, Scream 5, that's when my jaw dropped. Was that moment in Scream 5 when Sydney looks at the house at Stu's house, and she goes in there, and in that wide shot, and it zooms in on her, and she closes the door, and you hear Sydney's lament, you hear her theme, you hear it when she. Oh man, the chills I felt. Now I will say, Scream 5 has that over 4, is the callback themes, Red Right Hand, including Scream 6. 4 didn't have Red Right Hand. It didn't have. They should have at least had Trouble in Woodsboro theme when it showed Woodsboro High School. Like in the beginning of the movie, we should have at least gotten Trouble in Woodsboro. We should have gotten some reprise theme in Scream 4. And maybe that was Marco Beltrami, since he was scoring the whole movie. Maybe he said, I don't want to reprise, any of my old themes. I want to do new stuff. Which, at the time, that's when remakes were trying to do everything opposite, of the original movies, and stuff. That was the remake era. But yeah, that's something that always stays with me with Scream 4 is it that one lacks music out of all of them, personally. Um, because it doesn't reprise any of the themes really from any of the films. Scream 3 was very much a product of its time. The film was supposed to go way different in its direction, but the Columbine shooting. Oh yeah, I know about it. I know about the Columbine, and that's why they chose to go a different direction. Um, I've got that steelbook too, right on. Awesome, Austin. It's a great steelbook. The thing is, I just wish that even though they had to tone down on things with Scream 3 of what was going on, did it still have to be so over the top in some places? Like, there could have been parts that just the storyline of that movie itself, it was already, toned down from, or what it originally was going to be. And the body count wasn't as graphic and gory as the first 2 movies. So just with that, I feel like Scream 3 still could have had a structure like the first 2. um, Even though it couldn't be obviously as gruesome, and stuff. I just feel like they went too comedic. If it only would have been like Parker Posey, and that would have been like the only comedy with that Carrie Fisher cameo, you know, and like that would have been it. Like that would have been perfect, and it probably be up there as like one of my favorite Scream films. But I feel like majority of the movie, aside from like Sydney scenes, they're all like goofy in some form. I'm like, can I just sit through one scene in this movie where Sydney's not in it, where it's not comedic? But yeah, the movie I enjoy it more than I ever have in my lifetime. So that's good news. And some, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I'll hear some people say that they do like Scream 3 over Scream 5. Scream 3 has gained a following over the years. So, um, uh, because Scream 3 did get some things right. It did get a few things right, and I did like it was only one ghost face in the movie. Now everyone today is like, "No, it wasn't just Roman. It was Angelina too. It had to be her as well." You know, I think people can't accept that it c one killer, one ghost face can do all of that, even though I think that's more intriguing than multiple ghost faces. Just the concept of one man or one woman or they them uh, just going after people, you know, over their obsession of films or whatever, you know, the obsession of Ghostface. And I did like that. I didn't like the voice changer thing. Now, thing though, what's hilarious is I laughed at the whole voice changer growing up, but now that voice changer kind of freaks me out a bit because we're living in AI now, and AI just keeps getting more and more realistic to where I fear that something like that will exist someday, sooner than later. That kind of that's scary. You know, it's really scary stuff right there. Um, so actually, the scariest thing about Scream 3 now for me is the voice changer because I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be a reality with AI. Oh no. Uh, there's a YouTube channel I think you'd love called 90s Grunge Dream, I think. He used to film all of his adventures in the 90s, and some of his videos were filming opening nights, Scream 1, 2, and 3. Cool. I love that stuff. Yeah, if you can send a link uh, of that to me, like on Facebook, that'd be awesome. If you could send me a PM of a link to his channel, I would appreciate that. I mean, you can put his link in the chat as well, and I can subscribe as well that way. Up to you. But yeah, it was fun. The re-release of the first Scream and Scream 2. The re-release of the first one was probably that's in my top 3 favorite like re-releases of like any movies. Uh, that audience loved it. I feel like I was with an audience from 1996. It was it was so exciting, and that was before Scream 5 came out. That was September or October of 2021, and it was just months before Scream 5 was coming out, and that theater was packed for that re-release, and people were into it. I mean, like audiences were when it first came out. I mean, it was such a fun audience to be with when I saw that film. So definitely one of my favorite re-releases is the first Scream. I have been to the movie theater where they filmed Scream 2, by the way. When I went to the H45, the bus tour, they took me. I mean, there's a video on my YouTube channel where I show all the locations I go to, which is Halloween 45, Years of Terror, uh, day one. Um, that one is the bus tour and everything, or I think it's just called the bus tour or something like. Yeah, check that one out because I got a picture with Dick Warlock. Where when I was on the bus when we were on our lunch, everyone was having lunch, and I got to take a picture with him where they filmed a scene of Halloween 3, the bar scene with Tom Atkins and the exterior scenes with the masks being shown. And the scene in Halloween 2 when Michael Myers bumps into the guy with the radio, which is Dick Warlock's son, by the way, uh, and he's walking to Haddonfield Memorial, that street, that sidewalk and everything that you see, I took a picture with him there. I mean, whoa, that was that was my bucket list. That was a bucket list moment. I had to say to him, I was like, "Thank you so much, Dick Warlock, for playing the greatest Michael Myers." I know people feel about Nick Castle and all that, but Dick Warlock's always been my favorite Michael Myers. He always will be. Um, he's the hospital Michael Myers, you know, the Michael Myers that makes you afraid to stay the night at a hospital, you know? Um, he just I he did the movements perfectly, his slow walk, he did, like, the slowest walk of any of the actors that play Michael Myers. I mean, he crushed it, so, to get a photo with him, and it wasn't at the convention center, it was, like, where he filmed a scene, you know, from that movie was absolutely incredible. Went to the Nightmare location, where Glenn's house is and Nancy's house. It's all still there. The neighborhood's still there. Everything looks the same. I was able to get shots for Rise of Elm Street, so the Nightmare house will be in the movie. Exterior shots, of course, but it'll be in the film. I got to see locations where they filmed Liar Liar, Pretty in Pink, Feeler's Day Off, The Fog. I went to the Fog Church. I sat where John Carpenter sat and directed scenes in the for The Fog. Um, that was cool. Uh, that bus tour was just amazing because I went to all these locations. I saw the elementary school from the original Halloween. I went to the graveyard from the original movie, and where Donald Pleasance was standing in the original Halloween when he says he came home. I stood there in that spot and I said that line, and everyone clapped. That was a great moment. Went to the Myers house, took a bunch of pictures. There was someone dressed up as Michael Myers that took pictures with everybody because everyone wanted to get a picture like with Michael Myers at the Myers house. And I got all these like shots. Everyone's like, Cass is like, Ryan, we gotta go back onto the bus, and I'm just like, all right, I'm trying to get like the best shots I can. Um, and that was incredible. I saw the hardware store. I mean, where they filmed the hardware store. I remember, and on video, and when I was there, I was like, Cassidy, do you recognize this? Do you know, that it was the spot where Dr. Loomis was talking to Sheriff Brackett in the original when he first runs into him in the movie, and Michael Myers drives away behind him, and he misses him. That spot, that's where I was like, Cass, do you recognize this? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, I'll just have the bus tour guy tell you. um, but it's like I already knew so much facts before even going there. I went to I got to go to a spot where they filmed Halloween 2 in the beginning of the movie, you know, where Michael was like looking at where the dog was barking, and Dr. Loomis says, "I shot him 6 times," and he's like hiding in that neighborhood. I got to see that whole neighborhood. I got Mr. Alrod's house. I got to see all that. Um, I got to see the Halloween remake house. Uh, Not only Michael Myers' house from the remake, but I got to see Laurie's house from the remake as well. And me and Cass took pics like everywhere, and I got so many videos. I couldn't stop getting videos and photos. How would I not? And the hedge. And in fact, that was probably the most I ever felt scared of Michael Myers as an adult, was taking a picture because the guy that lives there, where the hedge is, dressed up as Michael Myers for everybody that was there to to see it, and he did such a great job where I was like, "This is Michael Myers right here," and he's like nodding his head to me. I'm like, I'm kind of freaking out a bit here. So that was absolutely incredible moment, and I saw this like there's like this like respectful thing somewhere that said in memory of Mustafa Akkad, attributed him and everything. That was really really cool. The house that Lori is walking past when she's walking home in the original behind her, no, her house actually, and she says, "Well, kiddo, I thought you outgrew superstition." Uh, I was there, Cassie was there, and we both got to film us on that porch and us pretending like we're walking out of the house. The people that live there were cool. So a lot of locations from those movies. Terminator, where Sarah Connor, um, the restaurant that she worked at, the diner that she worked at. I got to see that, the outside of it, where they filmed the scene with Dr. Loomis and the nurse when in the beginning when they're in the rain. Got to see that location. So I got to see a lot. So I recommend watching these videos instead of me talking about it. Rather y'all like watch them because I met Brad Loree. I met Chase, uh, uh, Bannock Wright. I met Dag Farch. I met Daniel Harris. Ken. I met Ken Foray. I met um, uh, um, Kathleen Kinmont, Sasha Jensen, uh, James Jude Courtney. I got to like talk to majority of them. Names I'm listing. Uh, Malcolm McDowell got his autograph. He shook my hand. Such an amazing moment when I said to him, "It's an honor meeting you," and he just like shook my hand. That was such a. I was one of the last people too at his table before he went back to England. Flew back to England. Um, Rowan Campbell, had to meet him. Um, uh, a lot of people, a lot of. Oh, did I forget to mention Malak Akkad? Got to talk to him for like 2 hours at the after party, which was pretty amazing. Got filmmaking advice from him, um, and he answered my question at a Q&A panel. Kathleen Kimon answered my question. I was able to get questions in and answered. I was shocked. Uh, and John Carpenter. Boy, was that something! Wow, that was his first convention he ever went to. Halloween convention was that H45 convention, and I met John Carpenter. I couldn't. I was so numb. I mean, Nick Castle was up there with him. Uh, um, Nancy Loomis, D. Uh, um, director of Halloween 3, D. Wallace, is his name, right? Um, uh, PJ Souls, like they were all up there. I was so nervous. Oh my god, Tommy Lee Wallace. Sorry, yes, Tommy Lee Wallace. I remember going up there, and he said, "Why don't you stop right there?" And I wasn't paying attention to like how close I was walking up to him. I mean, I wasn't like all the way up there, like right in front of his eyes. Like I still was a fair enough distance. But when he said stop, I stopped. But I was caught off guard. I'm like, and also I'm like, oh boy, all right, ready to embarrass myself. And the whole stadium's laughing. I mean, everyone's laughing in there. Uh, and I say, this is for Mr. Carpenter, and he's like, slowly. I say, this is for Mr. Carpenter. I'm a filmmaker as well. Thank you for the original Halloween. What was it like to work on the music for the new Halloween films? And then he asked me, what was it like? And I said, "Yeah, the experience." And he said, "I got paid millions. It was fabulous." And I just walked away, and I don't think he was expecting that. Um, and he's like, "Does that answer his question?" And everyone starts laughing again, and then he's like, "Oh, wow, that's the easiest question I've ever had to answer." I'm like, "Okay." But, yeah, uh, it was it was exciting meeting so many that in fact, I got to talk to James Jude Courtney, got to talk to him, and I got to tell him how much I loved his work in Halloween Kills and in these new just all these 3 new movies. Literally the sweetest guy ever, like, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Like, he's so sweet, and, he was with his family, you can tell he's such a nice guy, and, uh, I it you know, and it helped Cassidy with her fear of, like, horror movies and Halloween. She was no longer scared of horror films and Halloween films because she got to meet all the actors and see how fake everything was, watching the Q&A panels, and all that. So, uh, um, yeah, it's definitely the most fun I ever had in my life to this day. Be really hard for anything to surpass that, honestly. I've talked to Tommy quite a bit. He was one of those that congratulated me on beating cancer. Will forever be, oh, that's awesome, Austin. I'm glad he said that. He is a nice guy. He is. Tommy's just, he's real. He's real. John's favorite answer is I got paid. Yeah, I know. I was. You can only ask one question, right? You know, because you have other people wanting to ask him questions. And I wanna be respectful, so I'm not gonna ask him, like, 10 questions, you know? So I'm going with, like, my gut, and hoping that he gives me an answer, not not the answer I'm expecting. I got paid a bunch of money. Yeah, I was already expecting that answer from him. That's why I walked away. Like, I was so disappointed by his response. I was so disappointed. Wasn't surprised, but, uh, yeah. I thought that he was gonna talk about it a little bit more, maybe something about his, working on it with his son. Would Cody Carpenter, his son, take over this music for, like, the Halloween films in the future, or, like, which one did he out of all 3 of them, did he enjoy scoring the most? Which one was the most challenging? I mean, he could have went into any of that, of the question I asked him, These people, came all around the world to see him, you know? And that's his answer, you know? It's just I'm a little surprised he gave that answer considering you asked him about his music. That's usually what he loves to talk about. Well, that in video games. Dude's a hardcore gamer. I know. That's why I asked him. Like, he gets asked all the time about his movies. Everything, you know? What was I gonna ask him? "Oh, what's something you would have changed with the original Halloween if you would make it today?" Of course, that's a question that someone is going to ask him. But nobody asks him a lot about music, you know, because he is a musician as well. So I that's a big part of his career, and he's a musical genius. The Halloween theme is the greatest. You could say the greatest movie theme of all time, and that was his answer to me. And yeah, I caught him off guard, but by walking, you know, I guess a little bit too close. But I stopped, I smiled, I was calm, remained calm, cool, and collected, I said Mr. Carpenter. I thanked him for the original Halloween. Built up my question, you know. And I just was expecting better. Was hoping for a different answer. Um, that I could learn more about these new films, you know, the new movies that have been made, these new Halloween movies, and him scoring them, and how much involvement did he have? How much involvement did he not have? You know, like that's the place where he could have extended that question, you know, and expanded upon it to everyone there, you know. So it did surprise me quite a bit, um, about it, and um, people that go to his, I think John was only passionate about 2018. I think after 2018 he was simply, yeah. No, he actually came out and said Halloween Kills is his favorite of the new Halloween movies. He said Kills is his favorite. He thinks Kills is the best out of any recent Halloween films. Is Kills. So he must, and also Halloween Kills, that was during COVID, the post production. So probably had more time. He probably has memories with his son working on the music on that movie. You know, during the pandemic. You know, he probably has memories. You know, uh, of that film. I mean, so much he could have went into. It's just it's surprise. It doesn't surprise. I wish I could say it surprises me. Um. Uh. Oh, really? Hey, hey, cool. Kills is such a fun time. It was stupid moments, but it's such it's such a gore fest. Yep. Yeah, yeah. I loved Kills when it came out. I personally enjoy it more than 2018. I enjoy its body count. Uh, and I love its flashback opening. That's the best part of the movie is its first like 10 minutes of the film. Well, the first 15 minutes, because you start with 78, you know, and picking up where the original left off. Who they got to play that young Mike? They need to get that guy back. Uh, what was his name? Aaron Johnson or something, who played the Nick Castle, Michael Myers. He had the perfect movements, everything. The way they did his mask, I was like, they need to get this guy back for what the Halloween show that they're doing, where it's set in the 70s, you know, late 70s, early 80s. Get him back to do Halloween shows, the Halloween show, because he was perfect, and he's in it very short amount of time, but his presence stood out. And then you have that moment, Dr. Loomis, did Michael kill? Did Michael kill again? And then that whole wide shot where you see Michael standing there, you see all the cops with the guns, you know, pointed at him, and that camera panning back like the original movie, and then it says Halloween Kills, you know, and then you have that opening credits with the blood coming out of the pumpkins' eyes and stuff. I mean, that was so epic. Like it was like operatic Halloween music, you know. And then you get to the a lot of people's favorite moment of the series now, which is the firefighter scene when Michael Myers breaks out of the house, the fire, and goes to town on the firefighters. You never see Michael Myers like that before, like on Jason Lives level, you know, like those first 15 minutes are some of the greatest of the Halloween franchise. So Kills definitely surpasses 2018 for me. Um, and I did like its ending, especially its extended cut. Um, but Ends is my personal favorite out of all three. But a that's going to be a season of the witch debate for a long time. You know that movie. Which is fine. I hated it when it first came out. I was so angry. You can go back to my video when I first walked out of it. I was so mad, so mad. But I read the book and changed my perspective about the film. And then when I went to the convention, changed my perspective more about it. And yeah, I have a different view on the movie now. But oh yeah, man, that 7/8 flashback was convincing, brother, man. I've got to log off. I have to work tomorrow, but I had a lot of fun being here tonight. Happy birthday, my brother. Very proud of you. You've been a friend for a long time now. Much love, brother. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna get off the stream as well. But thank you, Ryan, for joining the live stream. Thank you so much. Um, News is going to come out for New Ghostface. More updates. Rise of Elm Street, of course. And I'll do a live stream in the future and just keep you guys updated more and more of what's going on. So thank you, Austin. I hope you have a great night. I'm glad you're doing well. And it was really cool what what Tommy Lee Wallace said to you. That was really nice of him to say that. So, but all right, guys, thank you for watching my 29th birthday live stream, 2024. I've now been 29 for a day. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. All right, peace.